All right, today I'm going to talk to you about the universal helmet law that is required by some states, and just try to pitch my aspect of why I think it should be required, for every state, throughout the nation, because the helmets not only save lives, but they also save money as well. And I can contribute to that, from my own personal motorcycle usage, and I can also tell you about how a helmet saved my life and possibly saved me from having serious head injuries. Back in approximately 2008, me and a friend of mine were going out for a ride on the motorcycles, and it had rained that morning, but then the sun came out that afternoon, and we decided to go on ahead and ride, since the streets were pretty much majority dry. Approximately when I got about like 10 to 15 minutes away from my home, we were coming into an area that was kind of shaded, it was shaded throughout the day, and the streets in that area were still kind of wet. So as we were coming around the corner, my motorcycle started to slide on the wet pavement, and I noticed that he was doing that, so I tried to turn my motorcycle back upright and come out of the turn, and it caused me to go straight and veer off to the side of the road. This running into the gravel on the side of the road, which caused me to fall off my motorcycle. The last thing I remember after that is falling off the bike and kind of falling backwards, and my head hitting the ground. All I heard was just a large smack on the ground, and the next thing I know, I woke up and I was laying in the middle of the street. And that's just, that I contribute to that the helmet saved my life, and possibly saved me from having a serious head injury, that could be affecting my family and my career today. This happened in approximately in 2008, and just last year in 2007, motorcycle accidents accounted for about 1% of all motorcycle miles traveled, for vehicles in the U.S. And also the National Highway Transportation Safety Agency, they did a collection of data, and they reported that approximately 4,500 motorcycle accidents resulted in fatalities, which is accounted for like about 14% of all road vehicles accident, throughout the year of 2012. Helmets they can greatly decrease the motorcycle accident related deaths and injuries especially in states with universal helmet laws. From them as well, the National Highway Transportation Safety Agency analyzed data from the years 2008 to the years 2012, and found that on the average, about 12% of fatalities were from motorcycle wearers that weren't wearing helmets in states that required the use of the wear of a helmet, compared to 64% in states where they have partial laws, which basically required motorcycle operators of a certain age to wear a helmet, not requiring everybody. And then it came up to an average of 79% of motorcycle fatalities in states that didn't require helmet use at all. With this being said, helmet laws, kind of translate into economic cost as well. In 2012, there was approximately $3 billion that were saved, in costs because of people wearing helmets. But in addition to that, there also could have been an average savings of $1.4 billion if everybody had been required to wear a helmet due to the use of a universal helmet law. These costs kind of break down into $1.5 million per accident, per series of, when I say accident, I mean per fatal accident. Then approximately $107,000 per serious injury, and then approximately $7,000 per minor injury. Additionally, state laws that required a helmet law, they save the average motorcycle is approximately about $725 per year, per registered motorcycle, just from having a universal helmet law in their state. Despite all this data, motorcycles make up about 9% of vehicle travel throughout the United States on America's highways, and are costing for about 3% of the accidents and fatalities. There've been along the way, there's been numerous improvements, through helmets, improving their performance and their safety aspect. But the use of helmets has been constantly on the decline, going from approximately 71% to 58% in the past year or so. And that's mostly due to the repeal or watered down versions of these universal helmet laws that the states are now starting to enact. And both the percentage of non-helmet wearers and the injury-related deaths for people not wearing helmets is constantly on the rise. Clearly, motorcycle helmets can't prevent all injuries and they can't save all lives, but they have been shown to increase the survivability rate of people wearing helmets by 26%. And if this small figure can basically save one life, why not enact a helmet law, a universal helmet law nationally that could possibly save hundreds of lives and billions of dollars annually?